Hey there, Technical Lou here from Pixel Herd, talking to you today about The Division 2. Now, it was supposed to be the last content we get and the end of the game really from Title Update 12, but it seems the devs have had a change of heart and there is in fact going to be more content coming for 2021. Alright, so let's jump straight into it. So on the 12th of February, the development team posted the following on the website, Twitter, Reddit, you name it. We see the ongoing conversation in our community and we understand that you are eager for news of what lies ahead for The Division 2. Today, we are thrilled to confirm that there will be additional content for The Division 2 released later this year. It is your continuous passion and support which enables us to continue to build upon The Division 2 experience, and we cannot thank you enough for that. Some of you had noticed that Title Update 12 was originally meant to be the last major title update for The Division 2, but thanks to your continued support, we are now in the early stages of development for fresh content to release later in 2021. While it is still too early to go into more details today, you won't have to wait too long, as we will share more as soon as we can. In the meantime, we again want to send a heartfelt thank you for your continued support throughout the Division 2 post-launch period. We cannot stress enough how much this means to us. We also want to take this opportunity to update you on a few issues currently present in the game. An investigation into the crashes affecting many of you is ongoing with the highest priority, and we're close to finding a fix for the missing volumetric fog and screen space reflections on PlayStation 5. We will let you know when we have a date for both fixes. Until next time, the Division 2 development team. Okay, so they've given us some hope there because there was a lot of gloom and doom around the community when we sort of got a hint this would be the end of Division 2, because it seems the Division 3 is nowhere near in sight. It's probably not going to be here for a while. So if you haven't heard the news, Massive are working on a Star Wars game now, and of course they've already been working on for quite some time an Avatar game. So that's going to leave the studio quite stretched thin, I imagine, but I guess maybe they're hiring more and they're going to leave a team on Division 2, which is great news because I think it's a great game. It's had a rocky, I think, life, but it's a really good game and I really enjoy playing it, so I'm really excited to see more content for it. So here's the question. What kind of new content can we expect for Division 2? They haven't given us any real information, so it could be anything. However, there has been a tweet from Trick Dempsey. She doesn't say what the content will obviously be, but it once again reiterates how excited they are to work on some stuff and kind of gives a bit of hype really for what's coming. It doesn't have to be something small, it's going to be something quite big and worth the wait. So let's have a look at that tweet from Trick Dempsey. Alright, so the tweet from Trick says, "I'm super excited for what we're doing. It's been so hard to keep quiet about all our plans, and I can hardly wait to tell everyone in full. It's going to be a good year, y'all." And there's a follow-on tweet below that saying, "I was too exhausted to engage with this last night. Instead, it was an evening of wine, calls of friends, and ESO, Elder Scrolls Online." So it's good to see that Trick is excited for more. I'm getting more excited because I was worried at first they're going to do just some more little bits here and there, like a skeleton crew, but it sounds like they had some big plans which weren't approved, and now for some reason they've been, I guess from the outpouring of support from the community, it's been now approved. Okay, let's do this. So Warlords in New York was a pretty good expansion. It added a lot to the game, brought a lot of hype to the game. Unfortunately, I think they kind of dropped the ball a little bit, had a bit of a rocky launch, and a lot of players kind of bought the Division 2 for like really cheap while it was on a sale at that point. It was like pennies. But then Warlords in New York was getting a bit of a bad PR at the time for having crashes, people couldn't progress, and NPC wouldn't talk to you. There was a bit of an issue there. So I feel like Warlords in New York brought it up to a real good level of hype, and it just kind of came crashing down pretty quickly. But I know the core community and the diehard fans of Division 2 are still loving the game a lot, including myself. So again, what can we expect though from the Division 2 next? I know there's a huge demand for the survival mode from Division 1 to come into it, but so far the Division 2 team have been pretty adamant they don't want to just copy and paste from Division 1. They want to do things in a different, unique way and improve upon things. So the underground of Division 1 is kind of reimagined again in Division 2. With the summit, it's similar but not quite the same. I'm not sure if it's better or worse. I didn't play a lot of underground in Division 1, if I'm being fully honest. So I don't know. I think the summit's kind of good, but it seems one of those things that once you've done it once, it's kind of a bit repetitive and boring at that point, which is probably, you could argue, most of the game is repetition. It's a loot shooter after all, but I feel like the setting's a little bit glum, maybe. I don't know. I didn't think it was great. But a survivor mode, that could be interesting. I think if this game really wants to succeed long term, they need something they can add and leave it be, really. They don't want to have to keep doing title updates all the time, I wouldn't have thought, because when they did like Manning National Zoo, Coney Island, that kind of content takes a long time to create, and it's very quickly used up, so I would imagine within 3-4 days everyone has kind of gone through those missions they've added over months. It's taken them months to produce, and it's taken only a couple of days for fans to really get through it and finish it, really. It's great to have more content, but more replayability, I think, is what is key here to keep the game alive for longer periods of time while they work on other projects. So survival would be really good. I don't know how they'd make it work. We've seen there's like a sandstorm that takes place every now and again. Obviously, Division 1, it was being cold, you had to find shelter and heat, water, craft some masts, and so you have to keep yourself alive. So could they maybe do the opposite in this? It's maybe setting up someone made like a heat wave or some sandstorms coming across. Maybe they just need to go find water and such. I don't know, but I think the survival mode is probably the best bet for this game's foreseeable future. I'd also love to see another raid, really. I think the raids are really good, they're really replayable. I haven't even done the second raid yet, so I haven't got a group to play with anymore. I need to kind of throw myself back into some of my old communities I used to play with and dive into that second raid. But I loved the first raid, I played that to death. So I'd love another raid, to be honest with you. Obviously the usual tweaks to gear systems, the improvements, quality of life stuff, the crashing that's currently happening on PC every 5 minutes for me. I'd love to see that get sorted out. And obviously the PS5 enhanced upgrade, for 60 FPS has had a horrible problem where the volumetric fog and some weird reflection issues are going on. I'm not sure how that's happened or how they got through testing, but I'll digress. So what's next really for The Division 2? That's the real question. We know there is going to be a next for Division 2 at least now. There is more content coming. I'm pretty excited about it. What are your thoughts? Are you excited for more content? What kind of content would you like to see? More raids? Perhaps survival mode? Maybe some more Dark Zone. A lot of people out there are very dissatisfied with the Dark Zones in Division 2. It seems like the Dark Zone has been a constant area they've been trying to adjust and make it right throughout the game's life, and it seems to have never quite hit the mark. I personally found the conflict PvP mode awful. I hated it. But let me know your thoughts. If you're a PvP player, would you like to see the game focus on that, or do you think it's too little too late at this point? It's probably not going to go anywhere. Stick to Division 1 for PvP and Division 2 for the PvE side, maybe. I'm not sure. Again, not a massive PvP player for Division 2. But again, let me know in the comments down below what you'd like to see next for the Division 2. Waving my fingers around like mad. Like, subscribe if you want to see some more from me and the rest of the guys from the Pixel Herd. And until next time, stay safe. Have a great one. Thanks for watching.